Placing the last dish on the dining table, you stepped back, having a smile flickered across your face. Let's go, call him now. Mumbling those words to yourself, you took the steps going upstairs to call your husband of 8 months. Stepping in front of your shared bedroom, you walked inside, expecting him on the bed or at the balcony at least. But that turned out to be wrong when you couldn't find him anywhere inside the room. You even checked the bathroom, but it was empty. Oh, wait, you forgot. He must be in his workroom at this hour. So, turning on your heels, you made your way towards his studio, which is kind of like a cage for him. He spends most of his time in there, painting and painting all the time. Yes, he's an artist, a famous one. Standing at the front of the studio, you looked at the door that was closed before knocking on it. 1 or 2 minutes passed, but there was no response from the other side, which had you held on the knob of the door and swinging it open before walking inside. The strong smell of the paints filled your senses at the moment you stepped inside. You loved it, the smell of paintings. So, inhaling a deep breath, you walked further inside the room, your eyes roaming through the various types of beautiful paintings that hung on the walls of the room, and some being kept on easel. You forgot the purpose why you came here while eyeing the various mesmerizing paintings that held its own story in it, which was beautifully done by your husband. Aren't you lucky to have someone as talented as him? Indeed, you are. But it'd have been greater if you both were in love with each other. Tearing your eyes away from the painting, you try to find your husband everywhere in the room, but there is no one in here other than you. So he's not here, too. Then where is he? Adding the thought to go to the terrace in search of him, since that's the third place you'd find him in the house. You were about to walk out from the room when your eyes landed on something black, a door to be specific. The incident that happened when you came into this room for the first time flashed into your mind. Jungkook didn't like anyone looking into his privacy, and he doesn't allow anyone to enter in his workspace, even though there are rarely any visitors in your home. At first, he didn't even like the idea of you getting in here after the marriage, but as time passed, he loosened up and allowed you to enter inside only with two conditions. One, you can't touch anything in here, and two, you can never open that room. The room with the black door, which was like a secret room inside his workroom. No one knows what's inside there other than Jungkook, and it always made you curious of what it is hiding inside them. He have strictly warned you not to enter, and you never did, since you always respected his privacy. But today, now it felt like the door was attracting you towards this and asking you to open them. Biting on your lips, you looked around, confirming Jungkook is really not around here, and slowly and hesitantly walked towards the door. The cold metal of the doorknob had you shiver a little, along with the thought of Jungkook's reaction if he find about this. But those thoughts died down when he opened the door and the darkness welcomed you. The only source of brightness being the light which is coming from behind you. Not being able to see anything, your hand went towards the wall in search of the switches in order to give you vision. Your eyes had to squint shut due to the brightness of the light when you pressed the switch to gradually open them, only to have your eyes become even wider. The room was full of portraits and paintings. Every single one you could spot there were beautiful and enchanting. But the real reason behind your widened eyes and parted lips weren't because of its beauty, rather because the paintings were of you. Different sizes of canvas were everywhere with you in it. The painting felt like a dream as it all was so beautiful and looked realistic. It made you wonder if you really look like what he have painted on these canvases. The fact that he's one who made all these sure brought a lot of different emotions inside you. With your eyes still roaming around the portraits and your mouth slightly open, you walked further inside to have a better view of other paintings, but something had you stuck your gaze on it. It was a huge canvas that was completely covered with a white silk cloth, forbidding you from seeing whatever is on it. This was the biggest thing you could spot on this room. and your curious ass again started to walk forward, now aiming to pull down that cloth. Touching the soft silk cloth, you were about to pull it down when you heard a voice which had you shiver. Didn't I forbid you from entering this room? The deep, manly voice sure had your soul left your body. Your body instantly turned around to see your hot artist husband standing near the door frame, watching you. By the look of his eyes, you knew you were so dead. Your heart started to beat even faster when he started taking steps closer to you. With each of his steps, you felt like your breathing gets heavy. When he was finally in front of you, you stopped breathing. Not really, but yeah, you were definitely having problem with it. Why would you come here? His manly voice echoes inside the small room, even when he asked it so quietly. I. You parted your lips to say something, but nothing came out. His eyes stared at you, waiting for you to reply, but he never got that as you stood there dumbfounded. He rose one of his eyebrows, indirectly asking you to give him an explanation. So, taking the voice back, which got stuck on your throat, you finally spoke. I came to call you for dinner and couldn't find you anywhere. You successfully completed the sentence without stuttering. That doesn't answer why you're here. He steps a little closer to you, erasing the gap between the two of you as his buff chest was right in front of your face, and you had to look up at him to see his face due to the height difference. Your body clenched a little, feeling in touch on your hips out of sudden. His face leans down a little too closer to your face without knowing what he's doing to your poor heart. You know, I hate someone invading my privacy, Miss Sherry. Well, you know that very well than anyone else, but what did he just call you? Seeing a blush spread across your cheek had a thrilling excitement arise inside him. He slowly brought his hands that were on your hip upwards and creeping inside your shirt, keeping his palm flat on the side of your waist. You suck in a breath, feeling his cold touch on your bare sides, and look inside, where trying to make a sentence let out of your mouth. Jungle Q, I'm sorry. You don't know if he was mad that you entered here, even if know what you did is wrong. You knew it's not good to walk into his secret room that he keeps away from everyone. You mentally cursed at your curious heart for always making you jump into trouble, but you don't really regret getting in here though. Don't be, he whispers, his breath fanning on your lips. You didn't know what to do or say anymore because whatever happened now felt surreal. A room full of your paintings that done by your husband and now him behaving like this. But again, why would you make paintings of me? You only intended to make it a question that you would ask to yourself inside your mind, but it slipped out of your mouth onto his ears. I shouldn't have. He questions instead of answering. You shook your head. No, I mean, your head leaned back a little from his face, eyes roaming around the paintings he had of you. There are a lot. You hiding this from me? You slowly let out eyes coming back to gaze into his intimidating one. He keeps silent for some time, eyes never leaving yours before he spoke. Every painting I make is related to my life. Every strike and every dot I paint in it is connected to me. And he starts his voice being low, but you could hear each and every single word he's spelling out crystal clear. And I only have showed the world what they need to know about me. But this, he speaks, referring to the painting he did of you. This should be kept away from the world because I don't want to let anyone know about my weakness. His honey like voice slowly tells you, eyes gazing from the left eye to the other. What I've let others see is a small part of me, but this, here lies my whole life. With every word of his, your heart accelerated faster because of the way he looks at you, because of the way his voice is so deep and low, because of the beautiful words that's falling from his luscious lips. It's his way of confessing his love to you by telling the room full of your painting that he made is his world, which also means you're his world. But whatever it is, you were loving this moment, loving the way he's talking about what you mean to him. Jacob, how you wanted to see what's behind this, right? He interrupts you, his hand that was on your waist slowly leaving and aiming for the cloth behind you And before you could ever answer him, he pulled the silk cloth down as the fabric left the huge canvas and fall down on the floor. Your body turned around, eyes immediately fixing upon the canvas in front of you. But you had to step back a little. By a little, I mean a lot, like in order to see the painting clearly, since it was huge and you were standing right in front of it. You couldn't see it well. Your lips parted upon taking in the view of the painting that's right in front of you. A small gasp left your lip. The painting was of you again, but it was a lot bigger comparing to the other paintings in here. It looked so realistic that anyone would mistake it as a real photo taken of you in a camera. But suddenly your brows frowned. The painting, the dress you were wearing in that, and your surrounding, it all seemed like you lived that moment before. And it took a second for you to remember when this happened. It was from the first date you had with him, which you guys' parents had set up for you both. It was the day you saw him for the first time and the day you fell for him. You remember this day? His voice startled you, and that's when you realized he was standing right behind you, sticking close to your body, which his tattooed arms circled around your waist. It's our first day, you mumbled and felt him hum. And this is the first ever painting I've made of you, right after I came back home from the day. The soft brush of his lips, along with the cold metal on it against your neck, had you take a deep breath, feeling your entire body weak under his touches. This means he also liked you. If he liked you from the start, then why did he never told you about it and always pushed you away? Why would you keep a wall between us, Jumbo? You asked out of nowhere. Your voice came out more like a whisper, I still not able to look away from the painting in which you were smiling brightly at something, and the view was in from his point of view. I knowingly built that wire, wanting to keep you away from me as I didn't want you to fall in love, because it'll make a person weak for the other one. He breathes out on your neck, causing the hairs on your body to rise up. And I hated how easily you made me weak for you, how easily you made me get addicted to you, and hence I started to avoid you, to not get myself weak for anyone. No matter how hard I tried, to always break through all the walls I've made, and I'd always end up here painting another portrait of yours. He slowly tells you his lips, now taking your earlobe in between his teeth and giving it a slight suck. You had to dig your nails into his large arm, wrapped you to suppress yourself from making any sound. Did he know that he have also made you weak for him? Turning around on your heels, you faced him, who still had his hand securely around your torso, his eyes gazing down at yours. I don't want it, you whisper quietly. I don't want that wall between us anymore, Jumper. Your eyes stare at this whole attention, wistfully on the words spelling out of your mouth. Even if you don't let me love you, please, I wanna erase the distance between us, which is keeping us apart. You plead and watch him shake his head before he leaned closer to press his forehead against yours. Your eyes immediately closing upon feeling his warm hand cupping the side of his face. I am the reason for the dullness of the relationship. So let me be the one to let us get close. He retreats his forehead from your pressing his tender lips there before replacing his forehead back on yours. And from now on, if there is something between us, it'll be love. Let me love you, Ryan. He stares deep into your eyes before leaning down to join his lips with your soft one.